everybody, I want to show you how to post problems in the wiki today. So let's try this. On the screen you can see an example of what a wiki looks like when it's all done. This is one wiki page for one assignment. You can see that the title of it is April 4th, number 36 through 41. April 4th is the due date, and 36 through 41 are the problems from that unit that these students did. So if you look through them, you can see that different people are doing their work in different colors, and they've all typed them. And that's one way to do it. I'm going to show you another way also. So you can type it. It helps if you start with your name and the problem number, as these people did. And then you show all the steps and make sure the answer is really clear. Changing the color is easy, and I will show you how to do that. Let's go to a different wiki page that isn't already completed. So from your student page, you go to the wiki section, which is right here, and find the homework wiki. So Unit 1 homework wiki is down here. The first page you will see is the instructions page for the wiki. So there's all kinds of instructions and an example right there. Off to the right, you see a list of the assignments for that unit. So Unit 1 has several assignments. Let's go to the first one. And I've added some instructions on this page and one sample problem. And you can add your problems to it at any time by clicking on the Edit Wiki Content button. Okay, now I'm going to go to a completely blank page and show you how to do it. All right, so here's what it looks like if nobody's added a problem yet. The wiki is a shared whiteboard space. Anybody can edit it. You can edit it just as much as I can. So be careful not to change other people's stuff, okay? So let's click on the Edit Wiki Content to open it up for editing. Give it a few seconds to settle down, and then this is what we see. That top bar, September 1st, 13 through 20, I don't want you to change that, but if you accidentally do, you need to fix it. You need to change it back to the assignment due date and the problems, okay? Now, you click inside that white space and you can enter your problem, okay? I have a problem, and I typed it up ahead of time in Word, so I'm just going to copy and paste it. All right, there it is. So the different parts are my name and the problem number are displayed at the top. That helps. And the original problem should be written out. So we want to see what was the original problem so that we don't have to look back in our notes and forward and back and forward all the time. It's really helpful to have everything in one place. So there's the original problem. Why did the chicken cross the road? And here's my work. Well, I asked the chicken about her motivations. She explained that there was a fox coming toward her, so she decided to make a hasty trip to the other side of the street. My answer is fear. I also think that there's another answer, survival instincts. It's great to show two ways to do a problem or two different answers that you got when that applies, okay? I like to put my answers in bold so they really stand out. So I'm going to highlight that, and you can use your keyboard shortcuts or you can use the menu up above and it'll turn into bold print. It's also nice to pick a distinctive color for your problem so that it stands out from other people's. My signature color is magenta, so I highlight the whole thing and choose magenta by the gray letter T. Here you'll see a drop-down menu, gives you all these color choices, and I choose that pink. And then you'll know that that's me talking when you see that color. All right? Now, if you open the wiki and someone else's problem is already there, make sure you don't type in the middle of it or erase anything that they have. Put your cursor at the end of their work and then hit enter a couple times. It's going to start typing in the color that they choose, but you can change that later, right? And when you're done, it's important to hit the submit button. Okay? Now, if two students are working on the wiki at the same time and they don't know that, whoever hits the submit button first is going to get their work saved, and the other person may get kicked out. It's sort of a one person at a time thing. And it's not a problem very often, but once in a while, if the wiki acts strangely, you will notice that. So like anything you do on computers, it's a good idea to save every now and then. So if you have been if it's going to take you a while to type your work, you might want to do it in a Word document first and copy it into the wiki. Or if you didn't expect to be editing for so long, you should really submit and then go back in to edit again. Okay, because every time you submit, it's like saving it. And now that problem is there. Okay, remember the list of assignments is off to the right, and you can just click from page to page to page and go to whichever page that you are submitting a problem for. You need to submit one problem for every one. Now let's try something different. What if I don't want to type my math? I'd rather write it out on paper, take a little picture, and just upload that. You can do that. I've already got a few problems saved like that. So I'll show you how this works. You go into Edit Wiki Content. Let it settle down. Okay. Pick your spot below someone else's work. I'm going to type my name again. I don't remember which problem number I'm choosing, so I'm going to leave it off of there for now. Now we choose the photo button. See the paperclip icon? It's right next to that. It looks like a little photograph of a mountain. And here we have a place where we can browse the computer and look for the file we need. So I'm going to browse my computer, and this is sitting in homework problems. Here's a lot of homework problems I have saved. I would like to upload this one right now. Okay. It's always a good idea to put an image description in there in case anyone's using a document reader. This is a math problem. That's what that's a picture of. And we don't want it to be huge, so I'm going to look at appearance. I'm going to change that to 200. I think that's big enough. Right there. And we say insert, and the picture is now inserted into the wiki. See that? Now if that's too tiny, we can make it bigger again by clicking on the picture and clicking on that photo icon again. We can go back to that screen and make changes. So if I think that doesn't show up very well, I can change that. It was 320. Let's try 400. Notice that the second dimension gets changed automatically to keep the proportions. So you don't have to worry about that. Update it. Now let's see, is that more legible? Yeah, I think that looks better, right? Don't forget to hit submit as soon as you're done. And notice that in my upload it has the problem number already, so I don't really need that for this one, but I did put my name by it so everyone can tell. Now after you've posted problems, you might want to make a comment. Okay, now you'll see that you may see the comment button. That isn't very useful because it puts the comments on a whole separate page. So it's better to choose Edit Wiki Content and put the comments right by the problem. If I wanted to comment on this dimensional analysis problem, I could click right next to it and say, this is Diana. I have a note or a comment or a reply, whatever you want to say is fine. I worked this out a different way. I used the reciprocal of the rates, but the answer was the same. Now, if I don't like how that's all stretched out, I can hit return there and arrange it and pick my remember to pick your distinctive color so it stands out. I'm not going to pick pink since I already was pink. There we go. And we hit submit, and now my comment is saved. All right, there is one more thing I want to show you about posting problems. So we have typed it and uploaded a photo. We've added a comment. The other thing you can use is there's a math editor that works great in Blackboard. So let's see what that looks like. Okay, let's say I wanted to post a problem that has exponents in it, or fractions, for example. I put my cursor where I want it and choose the math editor button. Now we go back to where you saw the paperclip and the photo. Keep going. Do you see the F with the little X? That is the math editor. So I'm going to click on that. And now I have a lot of options. I can choose fractions, square root, exponents. You can even choose a radical with a variable root like cube root or fourth root. All right. It also has math operations and less than, greater than, equal to, all those things. Pi is available. So lots of good, helpful things. If we want to do some fractions, let's say we've got 2x in the numerator. I just type that in a little box. You click on the box and fill it up with whatever you want. Now when you get to the end of 2x over 3 and you want to say plus, if I type plus right now, it ends up in the denominator. That's not right. I don't want it there. If you use the right arrow, it'll go past it. Now it's ready. You're out of the fraction, and I can say plus whatever I want. I think I'll do another fraction and put a negative 5x in there over 7. And again, if I want to put in an equal sign, use that right arrow to get out of the fraction. And then you can say equals. And I would want to do all of my steps shown in there and the answer. And when you're finished, you need to say accept. And let's see what it looks like. There's my fraction. All right, and so that's the math editor. That's how that works. So there's 3 different ways you can put things in the wiki. Don't forget to hit submit as soon as your work is done, and try not to be in the edit mode of the wiki for an extended period of time, because you may lose your work if someone else gets in the wiki while you're doing that. Don't hesitate to ask questions in the discussion board if you run into any problems at all. Good luck.